Hi there, Jeremy O'Carroll, Director of the Reiki Centre here. In this video, what I'd like to do is talk to you about the benefits of Reiki in food. Now, if that seems a little bit weird to you, consider these experiments. First one was performed by the Japanese scientist Masaru Emoto. Now, he was well known for the work he did with water crystals, but in this experiment, what he actually used was cooked rice. And in the experiment, he took 3 plates of cooked rice. They were all cooked at the same time. And then over a period of about 21 days, he then said either nice words to the first plate of cooked rice, not very nice words to the second plate of cooked rice, and he totally ignored the third plate of cooked rice. And along the way, he was taking pictures of each plate of cooked rice to determine whether nicely spoken words or nasty words or ignoring the rice would actually have an effect on it. And what he discovered was that after 3 weeks of talking to the cooked rice in nice, kind words, the cooked rice actually hadn't deteriorated too badly, hadn't gone particularly moldy, it was still in pretty good condition. The cooked rice plate where they'd spoken nasty words to, things like, oh, you're a horrible plate of cooked rice, you know, you're one of the worst plates of cooked rice I've ever seen. When they spoke nicely to it then, after 3 weeks, this cooked rice was all disgusting and moldy. The plate they ignored, interestingly enough, actually was in the worst condition of all, so it showed that even bad attention was better than no attention from a sort of energetic point of view. But what it shows is that the way we interact with things, the energy we share with things, makes a very big difference. With Reiki, I was telling one of my students once about an experiment you can do with tomatoes. And the idea is you do a very similar thing. You get a couple of tomatoes, one of the tomatoes over a period of, say, 3 weeks, you Reiki every day, and the other one you don't. Now, one of my students took me up on this suggestion to do the experiment, and what she did was she got the 2 tomatoes, and every second day she gave one of the tomatoes about 20 minutes Reiki, and the other one she ignored to its fate. And every day she would then take photos of the 2 tomatoes. Well, when she rocked up for level 2, she showed me all the photos of these 2 tomatoes, and by the end of the 21st day, the tomato that she'd been Reikiing was almost in perfect condition. There was just a little bit of browning on the top side of it, but the tomato she hadn't been Reiki was all disgusting and moldy. So it shows here that working energetically with food does make a big difference. Now, you might go, okay, granted, it probably can help. Well, why would we actually do it? Well, what are some of the benefits of Reiki in food? Well, consider this. Consider 2 different restaurants. One restaurant you go to and you order some food, maybe let's say, a vegetarian stew. And the vegetarian stew, it tastes okay, but at the end of the meal, you kind of feel content. You feel satisfied. You feel good. It sits well in the belly. You go to another restaurant and you get that same vegetable stew, and maybe it even tastes a little bit better. But I don't know, there's something about it. It just doesn't sit as well inside you. And we've all had that experience. We all know that some places, some food, when we get food by certain cooks, it just feels good. And with others, it doesn't feel so good. And the main difference here really is going to be the energy with which people cook the food. So if they're in a good mood, when they cook the food, that kind of those good feelings kind of get imbued in the food. They go into it, and we can kind of feel them as we eat it. So when you Reiki food, then what it's going to do is it's going to enhance the kind of feel, it's going to enhance the energetic quality of the food, so it's going to sit better in your belly, and as a result, you'll find that it digests better, and you'll probably find also that your body can break down more of the nutrients in it, and it will, because it's been Reiki'd, it will contain more energy, so it will actually be more energizing as well. Now, a few other good things about Reiki in food. Now, this is particularly if obviously you're going to Reiki it before the meal. So if you do that, what it helps you to do is actually become a little bit more mindful of your meal. So by pausing to Reiki the food, because when you give anything Reiki, the Reiki goes first through you, it's going to put you in a slightly more meditative state. And as a result, you'll probably find that you're taking more time over the food, you're chewing it better. That's obviously going to help digestion. You'll be more relaxed as you eat it. You'll enjoy the food more because you're more in the moment, so you're more aware of what you're eating. And you'll probably even have a greater appreciation for the food you're eating. And of course, appreciation or gratitude is a really great state to be in because like attracts like. So the more you can appreciate what you've got in front of you, the more likely good things are going to come to you. So then the question is, okay, how do I Reiki food? Well, the answer is very simple. All you need to do is simply just cup your hands over the food like this, as if you were, Reikiing someone. And if you're in a public place, it can be done discreetly. Sometimes I remember when I was, less self-confident with Reiki, and I was traveling about the place and I wanted to Reiki my food, I just kind of put my hands on the side of the dish. I'd tilt my head like this as if I were just pondering something, and I'd ponder it for about 30 seconds or a minute, and in that time I'd be Reikiing the food, so that when I looked up, there it was, all Reikied for me, and no one would even know what I was doing. Now hopefully you're not that self-conscious, but if you are, that's quite a good technique. And that's really all there is to it. You just Reiki your food, try it, see how it feels. What you're going to find, and this can surprise you, is that your food will suck in, it will draw in as much Reiki energy as any person you work on. It's quite odd that you work on the food, and even if it's really small, it's going to draw in a lot of energy. You'll really feel the Reiki flowing through you into it. And obviously then you know that that food is going to be supercharged when it goes into your system. So try it out, good luck with it, and I think you're going to really enjoy the results. Thank you.